Hello and welcome back to Tinker Talks Guns. The other year I had the opportunity to build a 2011 project, and I came up with the concept of the 2011 Carry Monster, a carry-sized 2011 with race gun performance. And this originally had a slide cribbed from another project, because me, with an optic mounted, but that turned out to be unsatisfactory. So I have made some changes. But before we get into the weeds on that, I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon. Your contributions help more than you know. You can also subscribe on Playeur if you wish to support the channel, although you can still view the videos there completely free. I'd also like to thank channel benefactors like Rain City Shooting Supply and Pinto's Guns, who have helped the channel in innumerable ways, and also all of the various individuals who have made contributions to the channel and really helped make all of this work. So, obviously, I changed the slide because there's no optic mounting on this one. Let's go to the tabletop and have a look at what I did. Okay, so for those of you who may have missed it, the original concept of the 2011 Carry Monster was to make a carry-sized pistol with race gun performance. And it takes a 16-round staccato magazine in their shorter grip frame, which I have suitably retextured and modified to provide an excellent grip but be non-abrasive. I've also textured under the trigger guard to lock in the offhand, and I have cut 20 line per inch serrations here to provide a secure hold for my thumb, which actually in practice works pretty well. Now, originally, this mounted an optic on this slide, which was modified from the previous iteration of this project, which had a mono-sight prototype, and the whole back was sloped up. So I cut it down for the optic, drilled a couple screw holes to mount the optic, an RMSC cut Vortex Venom, and I promptly broke off the tap in one of the holes, and I have no way of getting it out. So I cut a Glock dovetail and put in a Glock plate piece here with the screw holes located appropriately so that I could mount the optic, and had a small filler up here to fill in the extra space. And this worked pretty well, but over the course of a few thousand rounds of testing, the optic has flown off twice, and the last time it hit me in the forehead, which significantly degraded my accuracy on the follow-up shots in the magazine, and was generally annoying. So I swiped this slide from another project, fitted it to the modified JEM Gunworks frame, and the ported barrel has the cut for the port. I have cut a new dovetail and mounted the original front sight from this slide, which is an RIA slide. And so it has the Novak style rear sight, the original front sight, and it works quite well. But I do want an optic, so I'm going to purchase another slide like this one, when and as I can afford to, and have it sent out for an optics cut for the RMSC pattern. Now, the Vortex Venom has never been my favorite, but it was provided free. Thank you very much, Pat. And, it has not been entirely satisfactory. First of all, it has to be turned on and off, which I often forget to do, so I go through a bunch of batteries. When I do the new slide, I will probably mount a optic with shake awake capability to save me batteries and aggravation. But as you can see, this has taken a bit of a beating because I do test stuff. And it has, in its defense, it has held up, although it has occasionally been a bit janky. I honestly expect more from a Vortex optic. So, a little more explanation. The short slide is not for concealability, because concealability within reason, barrel length is not a great impediment to concealability on somebody my size. What it does do is give you a very low reciprocating mass and a slide that cycles significantly faster and has slightly shorter travel than a conventional slide of full size. And that means the lower reciprocating mass gets you back on target faster. I went with a monolithic frame profile because it looks butch as hell, and also its non-reciprocating weight out at the front of the gun, which helps with such a short barrel and slide. The barrel is 3 1/4 inches, and the loads I'm testing with in the video that you will see are with a load that is producing just shy of 1,200 feet per second from this gun with 115 grain full metal case round nose. So the trigger is not super light, it's about 3.5 pounds. It has good take up on it so that you know when you're going to pull the trigger. Let me show you the take up a little better. It goes to there. Very crisp with no over travel, and the reset is very, very short, even for a 1911. And of course the usual features you might want on a Carry 1911-2011, such as the ambidextrous safety, a slightly extended magazine release, and such as that. The internals, there's an EGW flat wire coil spring, which is both mechanically simpler and more durable than the multi-stage recoil systems that are common in guns of this length. This original one went thousands of rounds and is still soldiering on. I just used a different one for various reasons. Anyway, it's actually quite handsome in this form. Having the fully finished slide that has not been through multiple modifications helps. And honestly, if I'm going to carry this gun, I do want sights other than the red dot on the gun. So I will be doing, in addition to having the optics cut done, I'll also be having a provision for sights so that there's some capacity even if the optic does not work out. So the main modification is changing the slide, and like I said, I think it's very handsome and it works nicely. So let's see how nicely with some shooting video. So as you can hopefully garner from that shooting video, the gun is very, very good, and I shoot it reasonably well. And I think the goal of getting race gun style performance out of a compact carry gun, I think that goal has been met. And that makes me very happy. Now, do I need that? No. But it's not always about need. There are any number of guns that I could competently count on for self-defense, and they would be just fine. But this is more fun. And it gives me a hobby and keeps me out of the bingo halls. So, very happy with it in its present form. It will have a future form with a different slide with an optic mounted, but that's for the future. So this will be riding a custom Rain City Gunworks holster inside the waistband Kydex holster with my old traditional double layered leather, thick, stiff gun belt. And I think that will be a very happy thing for me on so many levels. So, if you like the video, please upvote it or give it a like if this survives long enough on YouTube for you to do so. And that's it for the update. So I hope this finds you well. Stay safe, take care, and I'll talk to you again real soon.